Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading. This is your bonus Valentine's Day reading. This is actually going to be a timeless love reading. We're going to take a look at your current person's feelings for you, and then we are going to clarify with a little tarot here, and we're actually going to see if there's any new love coming in for you as well. So we're going to take a look at both here, Libra, but make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what is going on for you here, Libra and Libra. You know what? This is a really nice reading, is what I'm going to say to you, Libra. You know what this looks like for most of you? I feel like most of you are just going to be focusing on new love at this time. Again, this is a timeless reading. It's for whenever you watch it here, Libra, even though it is a Valentine's Day bonus. I feel like most people are probably going to watch it at that time. But this to me looks like a new love reading, is what I would say to you here. Even though this spread is how your current person feels for you, and or the person that's on your mind, we'll definitely look into that. But it's like at the end here, you have this very open energy where I feel like you're just realizing that there's probably something better. Again, if you're in a positive relationship, obviously, I feel like things could be heading towards marriage. So let's get that out of the way right now. Again, as I always say, like tarot, I have too many people. This is why I don't do love readings. I have too many people leaving comments saying that they're married and they get worried because they watch tarot. I'm like, then this is not for you, right? If you're in a relationship or if you're in a positive connection, 10 of Cups, that's your answer. Probably going to lead towards marriage or something very positive, especially if you're in a positive relationship. If you're thinking about a person who maybe you're not contacting or talking to, or maybe a secret admirer here, you have this resilience card here. This card says there is no need to rush or push, so I would definitely take your time as far as this person is concerned. I feel like this is kind of how you maybe started out with a person, probably a fire sign, could have been a Leo with the sun card coming up here, Libra, but I feel like this is saying just, that maybe you started off taking your time. It's almost like you have learned something here, Libra. You have the High Priestess, the Seven of Pentacles, and the King of Wands here, so I feel like you could have discovered something about a person, or some sort of truth came out. And I feel like the truth is that this connection was taking too long. So you have the Seven of Pentacles here. It's like, I feel like the person you're thinking about or the person you were dealing with, it's like they were always waiting for something with this Seven of Pentacles energy. I feel it took them too long to put the work in. So again, if you're in a no contact situation, I feel like this person, probably just took them too long to fully invest in the connection, or maybe they just didn't invest in it at all. For others, I feel that this person was probably just more focused on work in this situation. The funny thing is that going this way, you have the Wheel of Fortune here, and so going up towards this Wheel of Fortune, it's like this person is realizing that they have been working too much, but I feel like it's too late. This is why I also, I don't really like doing spreads because I read intuitively, so I read whatever comes up. So like if I try to do a reading like this has been a great experiment, and I always encourage people to experiment during Mercury retrograde times. That's why I did these love readings. But, the problem with reading intuitively like I do, not that it's a problem, is like I kind of know the answer before I get to the end, and especially when I put all the cards together. And so going this way, it's like you're realizing that this is just going to be a repeat situation with this person. The Wheel of Fortune is one of the only cards in the deck that I consider someone coming back from the past, Libra. But to me, this is kind of like saying that you are realizing that the cycle is just going to continue. I feel that the Knight of Cups or the Ten of Cups here is just saying you want to end the cycle. So I feel like you realize that your happily ever after exists out there. And it's like you realize that you need to move towards new love. Again, we're going to clarify in just a minute, and we're going to get more details about this new love. We're going to see who this person is and things like that. But I feel like for the most part, most of you are either in a very positive relationship that's going to lead to marriage, or you're dealing with a situation, regardless of what the situation is, it's like you realize that there's a happily ever after for you. This is your happily ever after coming in as well, Libra. So, I don't want to jump to the end here, but it is what it is, right? You have this Milk and Honey card here, so I feel like some of you are kind of like focused on your own happiness, or maybe this person that you were dealing with in the past forced you to get happy with yourself, Libra, because you have the King of Wands here. I almost feel like this person, again, was too focused on work, and if they weren't working, they could have been too focused on working on something else. They could have even been working on themselves here. It's a very clear story that's popping into my head. So in kind of, if you want to look at the positive side of this situation, I feel like maybe it also forced you to focus on yourself. You have the Four of Swords here. So it kind of maybe forced some introspection. Maybe you were with a person and maybe you were with them, but maybe this is one of those connections where you felt alone, you know, where it's like you were with them, but it's like kind of lonely at the same time. And I feel like this forced you to maybe take a look at yourself here with the Four of Swords. And you have the Eight of Pentacles in the Sun. This is like beautiful energy for you here, Libra, and really nice, but I feel like the sun is talking about your inner child coming out and happiness. So again, you know, in a lot of ways, maybe this person is leading you or has led you to true happiness based off of, you know, whatever they did in this situation, or I should say whatever they didn't do, because I feel like either they were too focused on themselves or they were too focused on work, like I already said. So I feel this forced you to kind of release your inner child, to find your own happiness. And I feel that is a really positive message, Libra. I really like that for you. And, you know, ultimately, I feel like it's leading to all of this right here. You have the Starfish Spirit. This card says open to infinite possibilities. So again, it's like maybe you realize that you want to have fun, or maybe you saw something in this King of Wands person that you didn't like, but maybe you realized that it was a reflection of yourself and you're like, you know what, I need to remove that so I can have fun in my life. Maybe this person worked too much. Maybe they were too focused on their career, or maybe they were too focused on the wrong things. And I feel like you seeing that is kind of what is opening up these infinite possibilities. For others, again, maybe you were with this person and it's like maybe you were committed, but it's like you, I'm getting this message again of needing to find your own fun, or needing to realize what fun is, or something like that. So it's like this person, kind of, this past person probably brought something out in you. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Again, unfortunately, I feel that for some of you, a past person definitely wants to return. But again, like I said, I feel this reading is very clear. I feel like the Knight of Cups is a new person, and the Ten of Cups is like your happily ever after. It is your everything that you desire in a relationship. So for the most part, Libra, I would call this a happily, I feel like you're going to be extremely happy with whatever's coming in for you here. And it's probably someone who is more your destiny. It's like you attracted this here. You know, instead of getting down in the dumps with this Sun card here and this King of Wands person, it could have been a fire sign, could be any sign. I feel like you chose to get happy and you chose to get right with yourself. When we do that with the Wheel of Fortune, we basically get everything we want in life, because the Wheel of Fortune has this snake on the side here of the wheel, and that snake represents your vibes. So that snake basically represents raising your vibration and doing things that make you happy. So, you know, when you raise your vibration with the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel spins in your favor. So it's kind of like you're moving closer to your destiny because you chose to raise your vibration, Libra. But this is a crazy reading, but I love it. So thank you for being here, Libra. Really appreciate it. Make sure to drop a like on this video. Really appreciate all the support. And Libra, let's see, let's get more details on this new love. Maybe see where you can find this person and anything else that wants to come up here, Libra. But I would say this is definitely a new love reading. Boom. I mean, first card, Page of Pentacles. Literally, the Page of Pentacles is a new relationship, someone new entering into your life. I feel like this is someone who will communicate with you here. I feel like you could be dealing with a person, and just intuitively, I feel, who is kind of healing as well. What's weird is this also, I think, came up for Scorpio. So if you're born closer to the Scorpio side of Libra, you know, this message could be more for you. But I feel like this is someone who is kind of like going through some sort of healing. Yeah, King of Cups. Could be a water sign for sure. And you have the Fool. So yeah, I feel like it's someone who's ready to take a leap of faith. I would say that you're probably attracting someone who is very serious. I feel also, to me, this is cheating, Libra, the King of Cups, because to me, it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to, by the way. I feel like a King of Cups type of person is always going to be very attractive during uncertain times like we have right now with like coronavirus and, you know, everything else that's going on. To me, this type of person is always attractive during the harder times, because the King of Cups is someone who's very in control of their emotions, and it doesn't matter who the president is, it doesn't matter what's going on in the world, they're always in control. So I feel like this person, they're just not affected by external circumstances, so they have like a great deal of control over their life in general. And again, I feel like that is kind of, again, no matter the gender, I feel like that is a very attractive trait in a person, especially during these times. And I feel like you could be be attracting someone who's like that, where it's like they take full responsibility for their life. So, I feel like that's the type of person that you could be attracting at this time. Could be a water sign. Earth is standing out to me here as well. I feel like they might have more like water or earth in their chart, because I'm kind of leaning towards something else here, but we'll see what comes up. I feel like this person, I'm getting a very specific story here as well, Libra, that this could be someone who has recently moved. So they could have moved to like your town. For some reason, I feel like it's coming from their side of things. So I feel that new love coming in for you is probably someone who has maybe recently moved to your area. Maybe they recently moved jobs as well. Maybe they've always lived, in the same town or whatever, but maybe they like moved to your job or something like that. Because I'm getting something about them moving, popping into my head here. I feel like they have very pure intentions. The Fool represents purity. He's holding this white rose here, which represents purity. And I feel the dog is also a sign of companionship and loyalty. So I feel like this is someone who will be very loyal to you in general. In the middle row here, you have the 3 wands. Yeah, still waiting. I feel like they're kind of waiting for the perfect moment to make a move. Boom. This is a very good reading for you, Libra. The 10 of Cups, are you kidding me? 10 of Cups twice. 10 of Cups is fortune after difficulty, but 10 of Cups is your happily ever after. But not only that, it's showing up as your center card. The center card is the most important card in the 9-card spread. So I feel that this is a very solid person coming in for you. The 8 of Pentacles, your middle card here, Libra, the 8 of Pentacles really tells me that you have done a great deal of work on yourself. So it's kind of like I was saying earlier, I feel you have kind of raised your vibration with this Wheel of Fortune, and that's what's attracting this person in. This is like very exciting. This is what I was looking for, Aries. So for a lot of you, this could be an Aries for sure. You've probably heard me tell you like 100 times, like a couple weeks ago, I was calling Aries, Libra, their entire reading. And because you showed up in their reading, and you keep showing up in each other's readings, so it really wouldn't surprise me if it was an Aries. It really wouldn't surprise me if it was like a Venus and Aries type of person. So it might be someone who has Venus and Aries. It might be someone who has like Jupiter and Aries. I feel like one of the love planets. And Jupiter is a planet of wealth and expansion, but Jupiter is actually tied to love as well, and that's popping into my head. So it might be someone who has like one of those planets in Aries, or they might be in Aries coming in for you here. I feel like they're extremely hardworking. I almost feel like this is a person who has kind of like two sides to them, but they're a very well-balanced individual. I don't think this is someone who's like fake or anything like that. I feel like they just have like a work side where it's like when they're working, they're extremely serious, but I feel like they also have this side where they can totally just zone out, have a good time, and be very calm, cool, and collected, just socializing and things like that. So I would just call it a balanced individual, but I do feel this is a person who has like a serious side to them, and I feel like you could, that is something that you could pick up on when you meet this person here. It's like, I feel like maybe you meet them through work, and maybe they're extremely serious, and maybe you've never experienced them outside of work, but I feel like outside of work, it's almost like they're a different person. And again, I don't think this is a bad thing. It's not like they're bipolar or something like that. I feel like they just, they just kind of compartmentalize their life. That's probably why they're showing up as a King of Cups. Because again, the King of Cups is very calm, cool, and collected on the positive side of things. And so that's what I feel for you, Libra. You have the 4 of Swords here, the Queen of Wands here. Yep, someone who finds you very attractive. The King of Cups, your Knight in Shining Armor, is pointing towards the Queen of Wands. So it's someone who finds you very attractive. And the Lovers, boom. There you go. This is the best love reading I've done for these Valentine's Day readings, Libra. You definitely, I'm almost at the end. I just have to do fire signs next. And, I feel that this is a very solid relationship coming in for you here. I feel that for the most part, this person, I feel very clearly that this person's going to make a move towards you. I almost feel, I hesitate to say you don't have to do anything because, to me, we should be taking control of our own reality. If we're interested in someone, we should just say it, because if we don't, it's like we're leaving it up to chance when we have full control over creating our own reality, right? So I feel like if you're interested in someone, make the move. But, for the most part, I feel like this person is going to make a move towards you. Knight of Cups to the Queen of Wands here. It's like this person finds you very attractive. Going from the 10 of Cups to Lovers, damn, Libra. Like I said, this is like the best love reading I've done. So definitely pretty straightforward. I'm getting the name Greg popping into my head as well, so it could be that could be their name. It Could be Greg, could begin with a G. Their last name could begin with a G or something like that. But this is definitely new love. Again, some of you might know who this person is. You know, I feel you have the Ten of Cups twice, which says that they could belong to your community, or you could belong to a community, and you could know who this person is, or you could have feelings for them. So I do feel some of you know who this person is. For others, I don't think you know who they are, but I feel like you will be meeting them soon, is what I would say here. I'm getting like 5 to 9 is popping into my head. I'm not, but that might be 9 to 5. So again, like I was saying earlier, you could meet this person at work, but I would say it's probably like a new person at work or something like that. But wow, I almost feel like this is divinely guided as well. I'm getting chills now. It's like it's gonna be impossible for you to see this, but just if you Google this card here, the Milk and Honey card, there's like a face right here on the card, and it's kind of looking over this bowl here. And I feel for some of you, this is almost like a divinely guided connection. But this is really good, Libra. I love this. So thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Also, wish me luck. I'm about to do Aries. Hopefully, I don't call them Libra the entire time. But thank you for being here, Libra. And definitely enjoy the rest of your month.